to the TED Ed podcast, where we delve into the issues that shape our daily lives and drive our productivity. We confront topics that matter deeply to all of us, from healthcare and affirmative action to voting rights and monetary success and failure. We cover it all. And yes, we dive into the complex world of politics, exploring how our country has evolved from slavery to the 21st century. Our content is crafted with care and expertise, drawing from years of experience in these critical areas. We invite you to give the TED Ed podcast a listen. You won't be disappointed. Share your thoughts with friends and confidants, and don't forget to like, comment, and share our episodes. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners. Are you passionate about these topics? Do you have unique insights to share? You could be one of our guest speakers. Drop us a line, send an email, or leave a comment. All requests will be considered. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding. This is the TED Ed Podcast. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Well, man, we can't stand any red ink, Ted. We can't stand all that red. You got enough red ink now. $55 trillion in debt, man. Those numbers are unbelievable.
Who's the president now?
Huh?
Who's going to be the president January 20th?
Oh, man, we don't know yet.
I think it's going to be Musk.
It might be. They done already called him President Elon Musk already.
Donald Trump is the VP and JD is the second to the VP.
He the president. Elon the president. I don't know where Trump's at. They're gonna put him out there. They're gonna put him out there on the stoop. They're gonna put Trump out there on the fence.
I gave you $200 million plus I set these votes so that your ass can win.
Man,
I kept you out of jail.
When you make an agreement with the devil, you get what you paid for.
You get what you paid for, bro.
You make an agreement with the devil.
And let me tell you, Elon Musk probably got a bunch of people backing him, you know.
Oh man. If Trump was in 2016, ain't no way in the world he'd have let that son of a gun do what he doing. And he ain't stopped, even though he done told people, I'm the president. Are you the president? Because Elon's still out there telling people what to do. He don't care what you done said. President Musk. And then some of the Republicans said, we're gonna take Johnson out and put him in as Speaker of the House. They gonna make him the Speaker of the House. Man, the Republicans, they done go absolutely berserk. Oh man,
that money talks, bro.
Yes, sir. Welcome everybody. We talking about our government. He ain't even took the oath yet. We ain't even had inauguration yet. And Musk already done told him he the president. Now, if you the president, you ain't got to make an announcement and tell everybody I'm the president. He had to make an announcement. No, I'm the president. Oh man.
What do you think? What do you think people behind closed doors or under the table, what they plotting against them? Musk.
They ain't plotting against Musk. They better not be. He done already threatened him. He already told him. Anybody that goes against him, say he putting up somebody in 2 years, whoever go against him, he putting a candidate up and pay as much money as he can pay. And that man worth $200 billion now. He said,
no, he
put as much money behind that candidate.
Huh? He worth $400 billion.
Oh, he done went up to 200 more billion.
Yeah, he was up to
When that happened?
350 2 weeks ago.
Oh, he did. Oh man,
Yeah.
they in trouble. They in trouble. They better not go against him. No wonder they letting him do what he want to do. Heck, he gonna have more money than the federal government if he keep on going.
Oh, pretty soon he'll be worth $1 trillion in a matter of a
Man,
couple of
he
years.
probably. I tell you, if we looked at the budget of some of these states out there in the red zone, his he owns he can own maybe two of them states. He got enough money to own two of them states. They better not bother him. He said he gonna put enough money behind him, and they already told him that he can buy him some votes if he wanted to. Because you remember he put that $1 million bounty up, and they went to court, and they said, yeah, he can do it. Oh, they scared.
He was
Oh
giving $1
man,
million away like it was paper.
like it was paper. Here, you get $1 million, you get $1 million, you get $1 million, you get $1 million, you get $1 million. Ain't no problem. Take it out of my petty cash fund. Wow, man, we done started off here.
Well, I got so many subjects. I don't know if we're
go
gonna get
go
through them
ahead,
all.
man, because I got something too. But go ahead, you go ahead. I'm listening.
Well, like I told you, I always listen to C-SPAN, and one of the things, when you look at the Senate, and I recommend that people watch those three channels if you got cable, or you can go on Facebook or you can go on Google and you can Google it up, and they have all kind of committee meetings. They have, the Senate have their debates, and Congress have their debates, and one of the debates in between their voting for putting people in office, or I should say judgeships. One of the conversations, it was two of them that really stuck with me, and I digged a little bit on some of them. But this one here is the one that in reference to what you were saying, what the president of Mexico, who happens to be a female, said what she would do if Trump come with that mess. So your Arkansas senator and your Alabama senator, both of them stood up and came up and started dogging Mexico, bro. I mean, they talked about the Mexico like it wasn't nothing. They was out there broadcasting, telling corporations not to invest in Mexico, to get out of Mexico, because Mexico is a criminal and this and that and all that, and they were just going off, both of them. And I said, that ain't, all they doing is putting it out there to the people, because what she said and what she planned on doing, and then Trump is talking about sending all these Latinos, mostly Mexican people, a lot of, El Salvadorans and what have you, all kinds of what we call Hispanic people, back to their own country. So they are constantly, this is their whole conversation, because all they are is just mouthpiece for Trump. That's all they are. Another thing that the Senate was talking about between their little voting, opium. Over the years, there's been over each year almost in between or average of 100,000 deaths for overdose.
Okay.
Now, we all heard of the DEA, Drug Enforcement Administration, and these people are addicted to opium. Now, the thing is with this here is that this puts a special heart in, something on my heart about this, because during the 80s, and I lived in LA during that time. And then, you heard a lot of things in New York and other cities, Detroit, Chicago. The big thing was cocaine and crack. And a whole lot of people went to jail for it and still in jail for it right now, selling and using. And this opium thing, they setting aside millions, I dare say billions of dollars to help these people get off this stuff. What's the difference, Ed? You know what the difference is? Most of the people that are using them opium pills, and they made billions off of them, the people that gave it to them, because they could buy it legally. Black and white.
Right. Them poor
So,
white folks.
yeah, white folks. White folks mostly use opium.
Poor white folks. That's why did you hear that they got a settlement and stuff from the opioid producer.
Yeah,
They got what
billions.
the judge gave them $650 million, I think it was.
Yeah,
Yeah. He done cut it down from that 1 point some billion.
yeah.
So he gave him. So he said, "Well, the final number is 650," and the company said, "Oh, okay, we'll pay that about half of what they had asked for in the first place." But go ahead.
And the people gonna get pennies from it. Some people gonna
Hmm.
get some money cost of death, but mostly of them, they gonna
Most of
use
it
that
going to
money.
attorneys.
Yeah, they're gonna go to the attorneys.
They go to attorneys.
But here's the thing. This is a real trip because legal drugs is over $1 trillion, but you have, this is what they, illegal drugs. Now, just to let you know how serious this is, over 60 million people use illegal drugs. We're talking $100 billion spent on heroin, 130 billion spent on cocaine, 75 on cannabis, 60 billion on synthetic drugs. This is from the worldwide data stats. And these are estimates, probably higher. The thing is that when you look at these people and these senators and congressmen and the news people, when you're talking about over 60%, 20% of the American people are users, heavy users. I'm not, using marijuana. It can be, I guess, habit forming, but it's not addictive. But you talking millions of deaths, overdose, and addiction. And there is no alarm thing going on, bro. There's nothing. But here's another thing too. I want to add on to this. This is Christmas, and everybody all for Jesus, and it celebrated his birthday and everything. They got, and this is $44 billion is spent on alcohol, 37 on tobacco. But here's the thing: American people spend, and I'm talking about the government and American people, spend $800 billion for substance abuse. Going into all these clinics and all that. That's a big business was running itself, bro. Huge business. Capitalizing on these people's vulnerability. Huge business. So I'm just saying, we're in the holiday spirit, and I'm not judging nobody. I'm just saying. Because, I used cannabis for 7 months. I tried it. It wasn't for me. I was a straight up.
You probably use it. You
I
probably
love my little
use
reefer.
it. You probably use it longer than that, man. You talking like Bill Clinton. He said he just.
Well, you can sort of kind of play it off and laugh it off. But I'm telling you, from November, December until I turned 20 years old, 7 months,
All right, Bill.
I was smoking almost every day.
All right, Bill.
I was 19 years old.
Yeah, all right, Bill. And
So,
I better
and I
put
inhaled.
George. I better put George in there too, because he said it. He said it too. Yeah, I tried it.
Well, I did. I used it. I mean, it wasn't habit forming or nothing like that because I was playing ball and had me a little part time job. Now I'm gonna tell you,
All right,
ain't
Bill.
nothing wrong with smoking a little reefer. I'm not condemning nobody, but if you get caught up in it, it can be really a bad thing. Just like alcohol, just like anything else. Some people need some kind of stress release or whatever, and I'm not putting anybody down that might drop a pill here and there and do this and do that. But the problem is that stuff can become addictive. And when you become addicted to it, that's just like sex. There are people that get addicted to sex. There are people that get addicted to all kinds of stuff. So that's an addictive behavior. And we all have it in us. Just a matter of
I'm
bringing
gonna
it
have,
out.
I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to get on you.
Go on with it.
I'm gonna have to get on you.
Go on with it.
My When I was growing up, Ted, my mama and them we used to always talk to me about etiquette. They said you should never talk with food in your mouth. It's not proper etiquette. So I'm just throwing that out.
Well, I'm a grown ass man. I do
you
what I
got
want
to,
to do.
you got
I'm a
to.
grown ass man. I do what I want to do. If you don't like it, it's too bad. Shit, I'm 75 years
I'm
old.
hoping. I'm hoping everybody gonna look at you and say,
I know about etiquette.
he said, you be my without anything. So, boy, you better not talk
I'm,
with your mouth full. And I get hit. And
my
if
mouth
I
ain't full,
did,
man. I'm just eating. I'm
if
eating
I did, I
walnuts
mashed upside the
and
head
I'm
and
eating
bam.
powders. I'm not eating food and I'm drinking some wine.
Yeah, drink some. Now you can drink wine and talk. All right, man. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just throwing something out. I put a notice out there, man, on our website about our Democratic folks and stuff and everything, and what the hell they are doing,
What happened?
huh?
What you say?
I put this the article I told you about out there on the website. I only put about half of it up there because, man, the rest of it and stuff, he just bashes everybody in the head. Even Harris, he bashed the crap out of her. But I didn't want to put that out there and start anything, so I just put his first initial statements out there about how he's embarrassed and stuff about how aren't standing up and doing what's necessary and everything to combat this crap that's going on.
They don't have it in them, man.
Yeah, we talked about how his Project 25 was getting ready to go on and how it's dangerous and everything. And now that this knucklehead done won, where we at? Are we sitting out there doing anything at all about this crap? I don't know. But what I'm seeing, Ted, is I don't know, man. I don't think that we, a- as a party, understand what the heck can happen. Sometimes you gotta fall down and you get hurt. Yep, you're gonna cry a little bit. You're gonna lick your wounds. But I was always told you got to get back up. You don't sit down and keep letting people step on you. You got to stand up and get up and do something. Even if it's wrong, do something. But you can't keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. And that's what I'm seeing. These fools are sitting out there putting these daggone knuckleheads, these old men, these what they call them, sectarians or whatever it is, them folks that are over 80 years old, still sitting up in there in these daggone seats and stuff and everything as the leader. And these people that got too old. You need to bring some young folks up in there to do something. If you got some young people, let them stand up and do it. I don't care if the
And you can advise them.
yeah, that they can't do nothing unless you let them do it. But just to stick somebody into a job and everything because, well, they've
You've
been
been
in
there
there long.
16 years, Ed.
They've been sitting there. He been ranking member in waiting for all these years on the committee. So we're gonna put him in there. What kind of crap is that?
It's
You've been
sad, though.
getting your butt stomped and everything like all
It's
get out,
sad.
and you still gonna keep on doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I don't
And he don't know
understand
how
that.
to argue no way. He don't know how to argue, man. He's too nice of a guy.
You too old, and the man got cancer. Put
Yeah.
that girl up in there. I don't care what it is. Put somebody else in there younger. Let her have her stuff up there. She can't hurt him too. She can't hurt no worse than he is.
She gonna speak up, I know that.
They're going straight.
She ain't gonna let nobody overtalk her neither.
Ain't nobody gonna over talk her. And they're gonna follow the daggone rules and regulations and stuff because she's gonna make damn sure. But he's gonna sit up there, well,
You
well,
know
we
what it
used
is,
to do.
Ed. You know what it
Forget
is.
about what you used to do. Times have changed.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is. They have labeled her as a far, far leftist. See,
So,
that's not what they do. They label these people far, far leftist. So now the Democrats, they want to compromise and say, okay, we'll put somebody up there. He's progressive, but he's not as progressive as her. That's what it is. They trying to soften, to try to be halfway decent. But he is progressive. But he's not as progressive as she is.
but
And she
Ted,
ain't gonna take their mess.
he done got too old, man. To be after a certain
I
period
agree.
of time,
I
man, you
agree,
get
bro.
too
I
old.
agree.
You got to let these young folks and stuff take the reins and let them make their mistakes. But you sit there and guide him. What's wrong with telling him, say, hey, man, we're going to, if nothing else, make them
Well,
co-ranking.
it's too late now. It's done now.
I know it's been done, but they're gone. We need to do something different. We can't keep doing that same old crap and expecting different results. You see what the heck happened up there with this daggone election? Ted, I don't know why that we are still sitting around here looking at this election, trying to make excuses and stuff and tell everybody, well, Kamala didn't win because they didn't get enough votes over here or they didn't get enough votes over there. But if you look in those battleground states, Ted, everybody who was underneath her, they won. The senator in Arizona won. The senator in Nevada won. The governor in North Carolina, who's a Democrat, beat the crap out of the other
They
governor.
just don't want to say them white women and white men didn't vote for her. That's all. That's the bottom line, bro. But look here, let me change subjects, bro, because we talked about that a few days ago. Let me just say this. Reverend Dr. William Barber II
Mm.
has a lawsuit, AMC Theaters. They called the police on him because he wanted to use his special chair to watch the movie. I think it was Purple Color. This happened last year. So he got a lawsuit out. And there was another guy that put a lawsuit out prior to him a year earlier. And his lawsuit was regarding, he had walked out to go get some popcorn. Now, there's a reason for my madness why I'm talking about this. Went out, go get some popcorn. come back in. They say, sir, you can't come in. You ain't got no ticket. And we calling the police because you trying to sneak in. In a theater, bro. They called the police on him. He walked out to go get some popcorn before the movie started. This is what kind of BS is going on, bro. They called the police on him for a ticket that they claimed that he didn't have or wasn't supposed to be in the movie. Now, the thing is that this is what, my opinion, that we have to do is just sue, sue, sue. If you just feel you've been discriminated against getting a job, sue. If you feel like you've been mistreated somewhere, sue. Sue, sue. Get somebody, because there are attorneys out there ready to work, bro. There are attorneys because they want to make some money. Find you an attorney, and some of these attorneys need to step up their game and start realizing, hey, a lot of these people are discriminating. They're being prejudiced, outright prejudiced. They're doing all kind of little shady stuff. These employees that don't like black folks and they working there, you need to sue, sue, sue. That's all. That's my madness right there for that. What you got?
Man, someone sent me this a picture of these. There was, I think, it was a lady and about 4 or 5 black men that were standing up, and they were in a town right around Jackson, Mississippi, and they were in front of a jail, and they conservatively found 215 dead bodies behind the jail that had been
How did
buried.
they do that? How did they find them? They dug them up?
I have no idea. They ain't came forth, man, and said nothing, but it is in the news. If you Google it and everything, there is some people out there,
I heard about that story
MSNBC.
a long time ago.
Well, they just now bringing that stuff back up, and they told the family, once they found one of the dead bodies, one lady's son was back there, and he was 37 years old, and she was trying to find out where in the heck he was at, and know that he had went to that jail, and so he, now all of a sudden they're saying, well, he just died.
And didn't bother to notify nobody.
Didn't tell nobody. And the people in either the sheriff or the folks in the county is telling all those black folks and stuff where they think their folks is missing, that they got to pay the money to recover their loved one's body.
Well, that's why they got GoFundMe.
But
Put it on GoFundMe and get some money.
Ted, this white woman in Pennsylvania 2 weeks ago, I think 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, fell into a pit.
Yeah.
And them people searched for her for almost 2 days.
Yep.
They had every daggone piece of equipment that the county, the state, and anybody can get to find that white woman. One white woman.
Yep. I remember the story.
They got 215 bodies, most of them probably black, sitting there buried, and they family got to pay money out of their pockets to retrieve or find out where their family members is at.
That's a lawsuit.
Well, you know, Attorney Crump is over there now.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's going to do, but he over there now in around Jackson, Mississippi, trying to figure out what the
We
hell
need
going
more
on.
Attorney Trumps. He can't do it all. That's all I'm
But
saying, man. You know, this is the
it
era that
is
we in now, bro.
it is unbelievable, man, that 215 bodies are buried behind a jail, and they just finding out about it 8 years later.
That's a crime, bro.
And nobody even thought about they folks who have been locked up in that jail. And this guy was 37 years old, but they said he died. Well, he died in prison. What the hell did he die from? And why did you all throw him in an unmarked grave in the back of the daggone jail?
I got something else for you.
That was
It's right
horrible,
here.
man. I couldn't believe it.
I
I
know it. Hey,
finally
that's a whole
Googled it and
story,
stuff,
bro.
man.
That's a
That
whole story.
even if it's old, it's still unbelievable that this
Yeah,
would
it's
happen in this
unbelievable.
day, and then that they making these families pay to find a loved one's body. It got to be a crime, Ted, than copping somebody and then 250 people. That's a crime. And when a crime happens, the law enforcement takes over and they find
Well,
out
you think these
what the
people?
heck happened.
These are. Man, I just told you they have over 700 KKK Confederate people, all kind of. They got little headquarters all over the place, bro. These people living that life. But let me just say this. Here's the thing that I'm changing the whole subject matter. This right here is about the secretness of consulting firms. Are we in a challenge or opportunity? And what are the solutions? There is a firm that's called Accenture, Accenture, Accenture consulting firm. It has over 799,000 employees worldwide. They have clients like Abode, Adobe, Dell, Google, IBM, Red Hat, Microsoft, Oracle, Cisco, SAP. Here's their motto: commitment to corporate social responsibility initiatives, focus on skills to succeed, and environmental sustainability. Now, this company does a lot of things, but mostly consulting. And they consult with these people about the DEI. They consult them with global IT management services. They provide for cloud infrastructure, cybersecurity, responsibility, or resiliency. These people, whoever's running this, and I heard the CEO talk today, whoever's running these companies, these types of companies, and there's hundreds of them, giving these people, these more major corporations, all kind of little intuentos and information and how to beat the system and all that kind of stuff and how to get over. And you know how much money they made? $64.9 billion. These corporations is paying out the yang yang for these consultants to be in their businesses and deal with all the things. You know, you have your workers that working for all these different corporations, but then you have your consultants. And they running around all these corporations, major corporations now. We're talking Fortune 500 companies. And a lot of their advisotorial information is to how to get over with the government because they're inclusive with the government too as well. So another company that is the same Meridian. Meridian is in the same boat where they global ID management service providers for cloud and infrastructure and all that too. So you're talking Meridian, Accenture, and those are just a few. And the thing is that See, a lot of times, uh, consulting firms that has the inroad to, they're almost like, what do you call those people that go into these, they're probably uh, like these people that go into these senators and talk to them about what's on their plan and what's on their plate and all that kind of stuff, and consult with those people too. So these people, it's all a matter of playing the game of making that money and then persuading them to do what they do. Because anytime you have these senators, they're being paid, getting hundreds of thousands of dollars for their campaign and all that. They're being bought off. And here we are, the black, what we call the black race, and I don't care what kind of nationality, ethnic group you from, we arguing about pennies, nickels, and dimes. We talking about each other. We giving all the tea on each other and trying to make money and get clicks. And these people are about the business. They're about the business. They're about making money. They're about building stuff. But that's where we are now. We're about pennies, nickels, and dimes. So what, you made $25,000 last month putting down your people. So what? What is wrong with people? And you know what? How you make your money, that's your business. That's great. I mean, that's what you got to do. That's fine. But we have a whole lot of plethora of people in our race that are extremely smart, and I don't know why they haven't done anything as far as building up and taking over. And a lot of these corporations, man, they looking for advice. They looking for consultants. People that got their MBAs and their PhDs and all that stuff. They looking for you. You gotta knock on the door because they want your insight as well. So I'm saying, get with it, man. Get with it because they passing us up so fast. I mean, we're really out right now. The only thing, and they trying to destroy other things that we accomplish. But the thing is that you have to go in and just deal with these people in such a manner, because they only choose a certain amount of people. That's it. So I'm just saying, open your eyes and get you 4 or 5 people and start forming your organizations and start doing some stuff, because it's gonna pass you right on by. You got 2 people right now giving their money away. Former billionaires, I mean not former, but billionaires, ex-wives, just giving money away to all kind of nonprofit organizations. Millions and millions and millions and millions and billions of dollars. They giving that money to any black people organizations? That's all I'm saying. I mean, because see, money is the one thing. I mean, I hate to say it, but money is the thing that, hey, if you got the money, you can do a lot of stuff. You can help a lot of people. So anyway, I wanted to talk about those 2 companies, and like I said, anytime you got this many corporations and they're consulting with these corporations, God only knows what they're consulting and giving them information about. Of course, if they got IT specialists and cloud specialists and infrastructure for cyber security, you know, all of that. So, but $64 billion for a consulting firm, bro, that's a lot of money. Here. 799,000 employees around the world. They even got an office here in St. Pete. So I'm just saying, I mean, the money is out there and people are getting it, and we ain't included. We sitting around here still waiting for reparations, and that's, yeah, we owe that, but you keep fighting that. But the point is, you got to move on, bro. Keep on fighting it, but then you still got to move on. You got, because right now I mean, pretty soon you ain't gonna. I mean, they're gonna be. I don't even want to go no further than that. That's all I'm gonna go. Stuff they doing is I look at some of the stuff they doing, man, it is unbelievable. And we ain't included. That's all I gotta say. We ain't included.
Bad.
We ain't included. I don't know what our billionaires and billionaires doing with their money.
Yeah. They doing what most of us do. They keep it in their pocket.
That's the problem.
But it's still
But you can't blame them. You know, they want generational wealth.
it's their money.
Yeah, it's their money. That's exactly what Dick Gregory told me. You can't tell people what to do with their money.
Mm-mm. You cannot do
this
that.
this is why we where we at right now. Because they keeping their little money. Because who was one of our? I'm gonna use this for an example. Who was one of our big time celebrities and Mr. Entertainment? What was his name? Sammy Davis Jr. Making thousands and millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars. What did he do with his money? And on and on. You can go on and on. What did he do with all that money? I mean, you know, he didn't have that many kids, 2, 3 kids maybe. He's married a couple of times, 3 times or whatever. And there's no put down on him. He was an excellent entertainer, very nice man, and all that. But what I'm saying is, what did he do with his money? I mean, he helped a lot of things. He was for the civil rights movement and all that stuff. But what I'm saying is, what did he do with his money? Did he build anything? You know, you get a hold of, at that time, he was probably worth, a good 5, 10, $6 million, if not more. Did he invest in something to build something? You got now
Probably
these
not.
people worth 350 and $400 million. What they doing with their money? What you building? You building anything?
Most of our artists and stuff back there in those days where he was around died broke because the Jewish people owned them. Even though he was Jewish himself, Jewish people owned them. And whatever they had and stuff went back to the Jewish people. They took their money and did what they wanted to do with him. Even though he made millions of dollars, he was still beholden to those Jew folks. And they took his money and did what they wanted to do. Like many of our uh, past entertainers, they got involved with drugs and they lost their money because they didn't know what they had to do with it. Nobody was there to tell them how to invest it and how to make more money and stuff with it, how to turn it over. And we just had to learn. There was a learning curve there. And today and stuff, we're finding that more and more of our entertainers and whatever, they have financial advisors and stuff who look after their benefit and not just the person and stuff who bankrolling them benefit because, and I can guarantee you that's probably what happened with Sammy Davis. He was beholden to the money, the bank money, the people who had the money who bankrolled him.
Well, you ever heard of, and I'm sure you have, intellectual property?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was a commercial with Snoop Dogg and Dre. And the commercial had Snoop Dogg and Dre talking to Sammy Davis Jr. and Frank Sinatra.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they set the commercial up where they was having a conversation, but really, just. But the point is, that's intellectual property of Sammy Davis Jr., Frank Sinatra. That's branding those people. Those people they are brand names. You use that person in a commercial, the family is supposed to be getting money. Not only that, if they used a movie from that particular clip to have them to have that conversation, then the movie company gets money for that commercial. They have to get the rights to use that. The same thing when it comes to us. We have to brand ourselves and then we have to trademark ourselves to be able to, so no one else can use our likeness or our voice. Because when you got this AI going on right now, they can take anybody's voice, anybody's face, and put it in a commercial, put it in a movie, put it whatever, and then you won't get compensated. Didn't we talk about that the other day? The reason why, what's that actor's name? The comedian's name? The one that left that and walked away from that $50 million contract?
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle. The contract, they say, we own all rights of you. You have nothing to do with it, even though you made those series of television series. That's what's going on now, bro. Because see, that right there is generational wealth. They running those shows over and over and over all over the world. See, we're in a world economy now. So anyway, there's so much money out there, man, and people are making money off of anything. You heard about? Did you hear about? I'm trying to think of his name. The one that played Darth Vader.
I never watched that Dark Vader.
Who was the voice of Darth Vader?
I don't know. I never watched it.
Well, he's a famous actor, and he signed a contract. He said when he's gone, all his voice rights go to his family, and they can get AI to sound just like him, and they can use them anytime they want to in those movies, whatever they were.
Well, they've been touching upon those copyright issues and stuff with artificial intelligence, and right now nobody knows how to deal with it, and the Congress and stuff is not dealing with it as what to do with it and everything about this. And that's one issue, the copyright issue that they can get involved in. So it's gonna be eventually it'll be a court battle and stuff, and then they'll decide and stuff what's going to happen. But it's but with artificial intelligence, man, it's a new whole brand new field and stuff that's out there, and a lot of things can happen. And it may wind up that the court says that because it's a machine that's doing it and everything, that you can't sue a machine.
Well,
So
yeah, This is why I sort of kind of led you into that conversation because one of Accenture, the company I just consulting from, that is one of the things that they're consulting these people in because, and then they're working with Congress on this because they are trying, they're in collaborations with the world to regulate AI. This is what they're doing. They are
Well,
trying to collaborate with the world how far and to regulate. Congress needs to regulate it. The world needs to regulate it because it becomes damaged. You just mentioned it. What was the last show before last? What's the term? Art, what is it? Artardium? Artardium? What is it?
autonomy,
Autonomy.
autonomy.
That's like an automatic streaming
Right.
stuff going
Yes,
on.
they have moved AI or these large language models into the autonomous field
There you
portion
go.
and stuff of what's going
There you
on.
go.
So that means that it's no longer a human being who is directing what's going on.
There
It
you
is
go.
a machine that's doing
And how you gonna regulate that, bro?
it. And that brings you back to my point. The, take it to the court and everything, they're gonna say you cannot sue a machine. So this could be unless Congress and some of the other international bodies get involved with it and decide how they want to do that, it's never nothing is going to happen. And right at this point in time, nobody wants to touch that that subject because they don't understand it.
Well, this is the same thing that's going to happen to cyber money until they regulate it, bro.
Well, if you don't understand stuff, Ted, how are you going to be able to regulate something?
Well, this is the whole thing. What she said. She said that we are going to have to learn what technology is and what it is not. And then at the same time, when you have regulators, you have to have regulators that know how to regulate.
That's what I'm saying. And most of the people who are putting these questions out there are not politicians; they're scientists. And scientists and stuff cannot they understand what's going on, but the politicians don't. The people who set the rules and regulations do not understand it.
Well, here's the thing, though, bro. We sitting here, and I say we, I'm talking about the American people. We playing with our computers and playing our games and enjoying our easy life. You know, we got our phones, we got our laptops, all of that, and we enjoying it. But at the same time, they looking to say, hey, they already told us that they listen to us on the phone. They doing all kind of stuff, and we are in the dark. We are in the dark, bro. We don't know what these people are doing. There's so many sales out there that's figuring out how can I monopolize on this before they start regulating. How do I monopolize on this before they start regulating? Before they start, they're not already on in cyber money. They done arrested probably hundreds of people.
Well, if they are depending upon our legislative branch of government to do something about it, we in big trouble.
You said it.
They are in big trouble.
You
And
said it.
there are you have companies out there, a vast amount of companies out there who are slowly and integrating artificial intelligence into their product lines. Now, we as American people, even some of their mid management and upper management people, have no idea how they are integrating artificial intelligence into what we're doing. We have things that are happening and stuff within these mechanisms and stuff that we are using. Right now, you can go into your email or you can go into your uh, word processing and all this other stuff, and it will have a section and stuff in there where you can put a paragraph of information and then highlight it and then tell this machine to look at what I just wrote and make it better. So they've incorporated AI into our daily lives already, and we're using it and don't even know it. So it's going to be very, very hard for Congress or anybody else, and the toughest regulations that are coming out in the world are coming from Europe. Europe has gotten themselves into Google and Facebook and all the other companies out there who are dealing in information and who are incorporating AI into their products or whatever. And the European Union is the only one that's really putting out very, really tough regulations and stuff and everything for these folks. And they are suing these companies and stuff who are violating these laws. So I don't know. Yes, if you're in Europe, you can be guaranteed that some of your information, some of your uh, personal stuff and everything is not going to be out there so anybody in the world can be able to pull it out and read it or whatever. But here in the United States, we don't know. Our personal information is being sold, bought and sold on the dark web. All of it. Even our health information now is starting to be bought on the dark web. So we're going to have to get used to this.
So when you say get used, what do you mean get used?
Pardon?
What do you mean get used to it? You mean like all our information, everything that whatever, nothing is hidden, nothing is, we're all open. Anybody can find out any information. We know the government can find any information they want about you. But we're talking about these other people. Is that what you're
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm. It's out there now. I can go on the dark web and pull out all the information I want about Ted Harvey. It's being bought and sold, even your social security number. That's why if you look at it now, the Social Security Administration and stuff does not use social security numbers to identify you now. They have other codes and stuff that identify you right now because they already know that they've been hacked. Most of these banks and stuff that are being robbed don't tell you that their bank has been exposed for at least a year or two down the road. And all of a sudden they'll come on there and tell you, oh, well, a year and a half ago, somebody broke in our stuff, but we corrected it and we had everything all together. Equifax, the most top company and stuff
You
in
talking
the world,
exactly what I
they
wanted to get
they
to.
they came in there and hacked
Yeah.
them over 2.5 years ago, and they just came out last year to tell the people and stuff that they was
You
hacked.
talking to what I just talked to, what I'm talking about. Here's
But
the
anyway,
deal. Check this out. Check this out. Trump want to get rid of FDIC because you know that's how your money is protected up to $250,000.
mm-hmm,
He want to get rid of that
mm-hmm.
because who comes up with that money? Who comes up with that money when you lose that money? The government.
Well, at this point in time, Ted, I don't. That's a moot point there. What he's trying to do and stuff. There's other things out there he's doing that's even more detrimental to our economy and what's going on now. A lot more things out there are more detrimental than that because really, actually, um, that little $250,000 and stuff and everything is not going to save a whole lot of people who have monies and stuff in the banks and stuff right now. Most of them folks and stuff that he's talking about dealing with, these people that have $1 million or $2 million in the bank. So if somebody rip the bank off, it's that 250,000 ain't gonna mean anything.
Well, that's the same thing I'm talking about. I mean, I just use that. That right there is the max.
Mm-hmm.
And most people who got any sense won't put no more than 250,000 in the bank anyway. You know, you
Yeah,
might have 10 different accounts all
yeah,
over, the different banks. So you make sure your
absolutely.
money can be insured. But the point
They
is that I'm making is that you might say it's a moot point, but when you put it out there, that means that's something that they're thinking about. Just like I remember years ago when they put it out there about the post office, they had to have a certain amount of money for so many years to cover their retirement fund. They just put it out there, and there you go. Now look what's happening to post office. So that's all I'm saying. So the thing is that the game plan for these
you
people, and the American people don't know it, is that they want to make sure they want to commercialize everything in the government. There is no more government but military. That's it. You might have a few other things, of course, here and there, but basically just the government, bro, for security. And a lot of people agree to that. They want to get rid of IRS. They want to get rid of EPA. They want to get rid of CDC. And CDC is the one that do the breakdown on all kinds of diseases and keep you informed of what's going on. So the point is that when you sit here and say everything is a mute point, the point is they putting it out there, and there is no one resisting or putting it out there to say, hey, we need to have these certain programs. So the educational system,
let me put this to you in a term that you might understand.
okay, keep it simple.
I am. I'm gonna put it in basketball terms. We have a game going on, a basketball game going on. All that crap that you were bringing up about they want to do this, they want to do that, they want to do that. That's the pick. But you have to watch out for the roll because that's where you score. So in the pick, what's going to eventually roll out? They just throwing these things out as a pick. But when you roll out, whatever they're going to try to take from you, they're going to let it roll out and then they're going to score with that. But all you doing right now is you're worried about the pick instead of worrying about where their score is going to come from. So all that other stuff that they're talking about now is just a bunch of garbage because you're going to have to realize what the role and stuff is where they can go down and score and get what they want. And that's what's happening and stuff now with them by them throwing out all this mess out. They want to privatize this. They want to do this. They want to do that. They want to do that. All that is just a pick. They don't care nothing about all that stuff. All you got to worry about what they're getting ready to roll down and score with.
Oh, I agree to that. I mean, whatever they're doing now, but the point is that this is the thing, they have a base. A base. They know they got 30, 35, maybe even 40 million people that are their base. They are loyal to the whatever. When you're talking that many people or more, and you put things out there and feed it to them on a daily basis, maybe not a whole lot, you're just putting pieces out there. And you said, you know what, that's right, we should get rid of education. You know that's right, we should get rid of EPA. You know that's right, we should get rid of CDC. See, they program in their mind. They constantly putting it out there. They're not going to do it tomorrow, but 10 years from now they will. 20 years from now they will. So the point is that when they're putting stuff out there, I'm talking about these radio stations, these TV stations that so-called quote unquote conservative. They're not conservative. What they are is they want to be independent from the government where they can utilize and start and make money off of stuff. That's all. And the whole point is forget about helping those people that are the total American people. You know, what President Biden has been fighting for his whole life is helping people in the long run so that all these guardrails will be up for them so that when something happens, oh, we'll take care of that for you. Don't worry about it. You know, this is not going to cost you an arm and a leg. I mean, what did some of these things? What did they do? They did where if you owe something from the medical center, that's not on your credit because we know you're being overcharged. President Biden, what did he just do today? He just got rid of $4 billion, almost $5 billion worth of more loans for people. It's about helping the American people, all the American people. But you got these 40 million people plus, they've been programmed. And this is something they learn from religion. If you program these people and keep telling them certain things, they're going to constantly, and not, they critical thinking is gone. They're not critical thinking. They're not looking at all 5 ways or 6 ways or 7 ways to look at a thing. They just hear what they hear. And they've been programmed. So you call it a pick if you want to. I'm calling it programming.
It's the same thing. Final word. We way
I'm
past our
done,
time.
bro. I'm done. I think you allowed me to say all what I want to say.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say this before we get off the air. I've been thinking ever since I brought that up about those black folks and stuff who were murdered and put behind that prison, and I just felt that we don't want to do the same thing that white media and stuff out there doing, is just belittling uh, black folks and stuff who've been killed. So I just want to make sure that everybody out there understands and stuff that we are not making looking down upon them and stuff and everything and thinking that money is more important than somebody's lives. So I'm gonna say this. I hope everything turns out for the families and stuff down there, and that they get justice for their families and stuff there, because I can imagine and stuff the hurt and the pain and stuff that some of their mothers and stuff will have, because they will never see their child again because somebody decided that they wanted to murder them and get rid of their bodies. So that's all I have to say. I don't want to make sure that everybody understands that this is very important. So anyway, people, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you. Bye-bye.